Hey guys, my name is Nicholas. I'm here at the Center of Professionals, and today we have our wonderful patient Jason with us. He's going to help me demonstrate to you how to properly size up a tray for an impression, and also I'll show you some different techniques to take to get a better impression each time. First tray that we're going to do is a small tray. Now go ahead and open, Jason. Okay. Now, the small tray, it would work. What I'm noticing is it's not covering up his molars. So if we take it, it will just take the impressions up to the canine, and you need the molars in any impression. So we'll go ahead and go to our next size, which is medium. Okay. All right, and then the medium is covering everything. So this is a great tray for him. And we're just going to try a large tray just so we can see what the difference will be. All right, go ahead and open. And then as you can see, it's not going inside at all, so we'll stop.
So go back to that pose that you're in
Mm-hmm.
and go, as you can see, the large won't fit in
Mm-hmm.
because it cut out again right there.
Okay.
So just get back to the same pose. No, back in the same pose. And then as you can see.
As you can see, the large tray will not fit in, so it will not work on him. Next, we're going to size up his lower. This is a small tray. Go ahead and open. Okay, and then the small tray fits perfectly on him. We're just going to try the medium. Go ahead and open. All right. The mediums also fit really well. So, well, in this case, you have your option. You can choose a small or you can choose a medium. I'm just going to choose the medium just because it's a lot bigger, and if there's anything missing, it can pick it up. So we'll go with a medium for the bottom and then also a medium for the top. Okay, so we are going to be mixing the impression so we can take it on our patient. So what you do, you'll notice is in here, it has a little measuring cups that comes with the impression materials. And then it tells you 1 scoop where to fill the water to, 2 scoops where to fill it to, and then for your 3 scoops, you should where to fill it to. For the tops, it usually requires a 3 scoop, and then for the bottom, 2 scoops, based on how the patient, how old they are, and how large the amount is. And also in here, it has a little measuring spoon for your alternate impressions. So we're going to be taking a stop first. What we'll do is fill it up. And make sure I have it really nicely. 1 scoop. 2 scoops. And then number 3. Okay, so now it shows for 3 scoops, our water has to be all the way to the top. So we'll just slowly fill it up. Okay, you go ahead and pour it in there. And at this point, you have about 25 seconds before your impression starts setting. So you want to make sure you mix it really well and really fast. If any of you have cooked before or made a cake, it's just like mixing your batter. So once we have it at a consistent pace, we'll go ahead and fill it in. And this first technique is called an overhead technique. So go ahead and open. Where you stand behind your patient, place it in, go ahead and bite down really hard, really hard. And I will fold his lips over So when the impression is hard, you get a nice ridge over your arginate. And while this is setting, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my materials before it sets, okay? Okay, so it's been about 45 seconds, and as I am checking this, I notice it is really hard and set. So go ahead and open. All right, and then you slowly pull. And when you look in here, you'll notice I have all his teeth really nice. I have a nice firm ridge over. So when you make the impression, it can go all around it really well. And there's no spaces missing. So this is a really great impression. Okay, I have everything also cleaned out here. We're gonna get ready to take the lower. I am filling the impression tray really well. And for the lower, you just dip your hands in the water, kind of go around it to make a real smooth edge for the teeth. Go ahead and open. All right. Retract the lips. Use this to retract the opposite side. Place it. Push down. And then have your patient bite down really hard. Okay. And then while we're waiting for this to set, we'll go ahead and clean. This way at the end, you don't have too much to clean. All right, guys, it's been about 45 seconds. I am going to check. This is really set and hard, so we'll pull it back up. And then when you look at it, you see you have all the teeth. We have a little nice ridge all around it. Again, this is a good impression to use. All right, so we're going to retake the impressions, this time using a different techniques. I've already measured out the arginate for the top and then also have the water ready. So I'm going to pour it up, quickly get it mixed and get going on the impressions. When you're taking this, just stand right in front of the patient, have them open really wide. Okay, retract, place this in there, and then slowly bite down. Okay, and then as the patient is biting down, gently move the lips around to make sure you have the lips covering it, and then bite really hard. Okay. We're gonna get clean up and get set up for the lower impression. We've waited about 50 seconds, but we're gonna have the patient open. We'll pull it down slowly. And as you can see, we have every teeth covered, and we also have a little nice flap for the ridge of the impression. So this is a really great impression. We're going to redo the bottom. Same steps as the overhead technique. We'll come right over, see the patient, go ahead and open, retract. And then go ahead and bite down really hard. And then slowly move the lips around to make sure you get a nice flap over for your bottom impressions. All right, we've waited about 45 seconds. This impression is really hard and set. We're gonna have our patient open his mouth. We'll slowly pull it out. And then when you look, you see all his teeth is covered. We also have a little nice flap, and we even have room for the tongue in here. So this is also a great impression. Now, because we're going to pour it up, what we'll do next is wrap this in a warm, moist towel. You can use a paper towel for this. So Just like that, I wrapped it in a paper towel. And then I'll pour some of the water over it just to make sure I keep it damp and also keep the impression from shrinking until it's being poured up. Now, when you wrap the water around it, you have about 30 minutes to pour it up before your impression starts shrinking. So thank you so much for watching the video. Stay tuned to see how to pour up the impressions. You've taken impressions and you want to know how to pour them up. Well, you were in luck. Right now we're at our laboratory, so I'm going to show you guys how to pour up the impressions we just took. All right, so we already have a Yellowstone in here, and so I'm going to just get some water. The way to do this, you want to make sure you don't fill it all up with water. You want to do a little at a time, because once you fill it all the way up with water, it becomes really difficult to get the stone to mesh. So slowly with water and also mix. And then this is a really nice consistency. You want to just like mashed potatoes or pudding consistency, where it's not too thick, at the same time it's not too runny. Like this is really nice. And then once you have it all really nice and smooth, you want to bring it over into your shaker. We're going to turn it on right now to make sure we get out all the bubbles from it. So I'll leave it on here for a moment and keep mixing. And as you notice, there is no bubbles right now. We'll turn it off and then we'll fill our impressions. All right, so we've mixed our stone and now we're going to pour it up. What we do is turn on the shaker. And then as we're filling this, we'll slowly start from one end to the other. And we'll slowly watch this slowly go over all the places. You want to make sure you start off slowly. That way, if there's any bubble, it's filling it up and it's catching it before you continue. So we'll keep adding to it. And now we have it all in. There's a tiny bubble in here, so I'm going to wait for it to slowly mesh in with all the other ones. Okay, so that part is completed. And now I am going to add it. Okay, so everything is all in, flowing really nicely. And now I'm going to make sure we have a nice round thick base on it. So once it's covered, I'll go ahead and turn it over onto my napkin and then push down. We'll get the lower. Same step. Start with the posterior teeth. And as you can see over here, there's a bubble. So I'm going to just move it a little bit to make sure it all covers. Everything is covered really nicely. Then we're going to fill it all in. Once I have everything covered, I'll put it back on the shaker just to make sure the new stone that I added incorporate really well with everything. Then once again, we have a really nice smooth base. Okay, so we're just going to place it down and wait for them to set. We'll turn off our shaker and then wipe it down and clean it really well. So both impressions are fully poured up. We put them down, facing down on the napkin. This is to make sure we have a consistent flat surface for the base. And this is really good impression. You can send it to a lab to make dentures. You can use it to make impression trays or bleach trays, or you can use it for making retainers, just whatever is required of that patient. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.